All right. Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the ReVibe Challenge. Super excited. We'll give a little bit of a few seconds for everybody to pop on, but definitely want to dive in today because I have a lot of things I want to talk about. I also am going to be sharing what your bonus is at the end of our call today. So would love to hear first who's here. Did you do yesterday's exercises? If so, did anything come up with yesterday's exercises? We're going to be going a little bit deeper today, and we actually might go a little bit over the 30 minutes today because there's some extra things that I do want to talk about with you guys today that weren't on the original day 3 email that you got. And it's a little bit more logistical when it comes to business, so I think you'll appreciate it. But hello, you're tweaking things. Hi. All right, so Jennifer's here. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and it's like, here's the thing. We have to do this work. This is the work that actually works, right? And I've said that for years and years and years. I'm like, if you're doing the work, right, the external work, the outer work, and it's not happening, it's because internally there's more work to do. And I feel like sometimes when we are in the beginning phases of our business or we're just starting out in entrepreneurship, we don't really understand that yet, because we're so focused on building the business, making money, getting clients, getting that cash, that we just don't even think about how our internal really affects everything else. So we all know now that this is the work that really works, and just journaling about it alone can be powerful, right? I love journaling. It definitely can be powerful, but we also have to take action on these things. So the things that we talked about yesterday, like making the decisions and really assessing and looking at like what's going on, being real with ourselves. Like, now that you know this information, now that it's all been uncovered and discovered and it's all been bubbled up to the surface, what are you going to do about it? Right? What are you actually going to do about it? And obviously there's some people that will take that and that will be enough. And some people will really take that action to change. One thing that I want you to keep in mind is that if you're looking at like a full, complete change and transformation, it's going to take a little bit of time. It can happen really quickly. I would say this doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen really quickly. But you have to be committed to it, right? We have to really look at our habits, really look at the things that we're doing on a daily basis and start to up-level those things. If we try to do a complete 180 and change everything in one shot, chances are we're not going to accomplish that. We're going to fail. We're going to feel overwhelmed. So that's why a lot of these exercises, I'm like, just pick one, right? Pick one thing to really focus on and nail. So for example, yesterday we talked about raising your rates, up-leveling who your ideal clients are. So yes, we all want all of those things, right? But like, just pick one and say, you know what, today, or actually this is perfect timing. We're at the end of the month, right? The first of the month, my rates are increasing. And like literally just put it out there, send that out to your email list, put it out on social media and just stand your ground and say, this is what I'm doing. Actually make the decision, then actually take the action to support that decision. So today we are kind of bringing everything together. The first day we talked more about ourselves, right? More of the internal type things that we have going on, really evaluating like all of the different things that we have going on. And then yesterday we talked about like our business, right? So today I want to talk about those two things together. How are we going to marry those things? How are we going to really put this, what we've been doing and what we're going to continue to do today, into a plan, into action, so that this isn't just something that you just attended and that made you feel good, but it actually did something and made that change. Oh, congratulations. Who else? Who else wants to pop in and say they're raising their rates? Give a little hands up. Jennifer says she is changing her rates on May 1st. And this is actually a really good opportunity to maybe get in some new clients, letting people know like my rates are going up on this date. If you want to get in at the current rates, join me now. So it's always like a good little push to get some cash into your business as well. All right, so today is all about focus and follow through. And like I said, just really bringing things together so that it's the alignment piece, yes, but there's also a practical way to guarantee success, whatever that looks like for you, whether that's high income months, whether that's 6-figure years, whether that is something more personal or relational, but whatever that is for you, we have to do and bring that alignment and those internal pieces with the external pieces and with the logistical pieces, right? How would it feel? Like, I'm sure that you guys would feel amazing if you had clients and money just continuously coming to you instead of you having to go get it, and instead of you having to go chase that. If you guys want that, say hello. I want clients chasing me, and I'm going to raise my rates. So guys, give me some feedback here, comments, say hello. You guys are being kind of quiet today, so I'm pumped. I'm going to keep going. So like I said, in day one, we talked about more of the internal, like personal pieces. And then yesterday, we talked a little bit more about the clarity within your business and the things that you wanted to change in your business. Now, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but the whole idea here is that people buy certainty. People buy confidence, right? In addition to that, they also buy likability and connection. We're in a space, the majority of us, whether we are coaches, healers, experts, personal development, like we're in this world where people are really seeking that connection, right? They're really seeking someone that they can resonate with. And I actually want to talk a little bit about the difference between resonating with someone and being relatable. But somebody that they connect with, right? Especially if you're in the healing space, especially if you're a spiritual coach, like I know that I have to feel really connected to someone if I'm going to pay them for that type of service. So, you know, this all comes when we are in full alignment with who we are, because when we're in full alignment with who we are, we're selling things that are in alignment. We are showing up in a way that's magnetic. We don't have that underlying fear. We don't have that underlying doubt. We don't have that underlying lack of confidence, because people can truly feel that. People can really feel the energy from you. So certainty and confidence on one end of the spectrum, and then likability and connection on the other end of the spectrum. And the combination of all of those things together is what really starts to bring that community together for you, and really starts to bring in those clients, those opportunities, the manifestations, and all of the things that you really, really want. So I want to quickly talk about the difference between being relatable and being and resonating with someone, because I feel like a lot of times what happens is we want to be relatable. We want to be, I guess, more like a friend or someone that, you know, we feel like they can connect with us like on a specific level. But here's the thing. How many coaches have you hired because you felt that they were relatable? If someone's relatable, it means they're kind of on the same level as you, right? Like you're in the same field, you're on the same path. So I like to look at it more like, how can I resonate with my ideal clients? I still want to share the stories and share the quirks and share the things that are about me that are magnetic, but in a way that they can resonate with me. But I don't want to be relatable to my ideal clients, because if I'm relatable to them, they're probably not going to hire me. They're probably going to hire someone that they see as an expert. They're probably going to hire somebody who they think has the answers, and you're going to continue to just be the coach friend. Just be the person that somebody goes to and, you know, maybe hits you up for advice, or, you know, maybe likes all of your content on social media, but doesn't actually ever take action, doesn't actually hire you. And that's because they see you the same as them. Right. So, and this is not necessarily to say like there's like a hierarchy or that you're better than people, but really think about it. Right. I'm not going to hire somebody that I feel like is on the same path as me in the same way, because I'm going to feel like they can't really teach me anything. Yeah, we're cool. We're buddies. Right. And I can connect with you and I can relate to that, but I'm not going to hire you. So just wanted to put that out there, because I think a lot of people get those two things mixed up, and they feel like I want to be relatable. And the relatable thing actually ends up holding a lot of people back. I've seen it hold a lot of people back because they don't want to grow. Right? Or they feel like if I start to grow, if I start to make a lot of money, if I start to hang out with different people, hire different mentors, these people that have been with me for years, my fans, my followers, my ride or dies, like these people that always comment on my stuff, they're not going to like me, and I'm not going to be relatable anymore. So that's why resonate. Yes, we want to resonate with our people, but we do not want to be relatable. Jennifer says she is shifting that now. Yes. And it is a simple shift, right? And it really is about, hey, how do I actually show up with authority? How do I actually show up in a way that I'm positioning myself as an expert, as the person that you actually want to hire? And when you're doing all of this work and all of these journal exercises that I gave you guys over the last couple of days, you'll start to see how that can happen. So today there's a few journaling questions that you should have gotten in your email for today. I'm going to go over them really quickly. If anybody has questions on these or how to answer them, just let me know. But these are going to be the ones where it's like, I actually have to admit this. I actually have to be real with myself. And once you start answering these questions, I'm sure that light bulb is going to go off of like, no wonder why I'm in the position that I'm in. Maybe no wonder why I keep getting the same types of clients. No wonder why I've been plateaued in my income. No wonder why I can't break through this ceiling. It's because we're holding on to things that we really need to let go of. So the journal questions for today are, where are you stagnant, bored, or just over in your business? Or maybe it's in your messaging, or maybe it's in the people that you work with. But what's the thing that in your business you have been forcing and doing because it's been a habit or it's been a comfort zone, but you're really like, I'm bored with this. I don't want to do this anymore, or I don't want to work with this type of person anymore. Or, this messaging that I've been pushing isn't even who I am anymore. This is messaging that I created years and years ago, and I keep doing it, but it really isn't me anymore. And get really real with yourself. So I talked yesterday a little bit about Facebook, and how Facebook to me is like, it's actually kind of cringe to me now. Like, I've been on it for 13 years, 14 years, whatever it is, completely started my business, on Facebook. But now, when I'm scrolling, 9 times out of 10, I'm getting cringe, and I stay there because it's such a habit. I stay there because that's where I feel like my people are, even though I know it really isn't doing much for my business, right? So it could be a platform that you have, it could be your messaging, it could be the types of people that you work with, but where are you bored, stagnant, and just like you're over it? And think about those feelings and what those feelings feel like, and imagine that you're running your business like that. You're running your business, you're operating your business, you're running your life bored, stagnant, feeling just like not excited about something. That will tell you exactly why you're not there yet, whatever there is for you. The second journal question is just, what feels like blah or just okay? So up one level, right? So maybe you're not bored, maybe you're not stagnant, but it just kind of feels like, like you're not really excited about it, but it's okay. Even that emotion, even that energy is not attractive, is not magnetic, right? So what feels blah or just okay? What feels like a should in your business? What are those things that you're like, I know I should be doing this. I know I should be posting on Instagram. I know I should be sending an email. I know I should be, doing whatever it is, right? I know I should be doing sales calls. Just had a call with a one-on-one client yesterday about this very topic, and I told her I would never make my clients do something that they don't want to do. So I don't believe you need to do sales calls. But the talk that we hear from online and the marketers and the ads and all of that stuff is like, you have to do sales calls, right? And that's just a condition. It's something that we have been taught and conditioned to believe, but it's not actually true. So what feels like a should or something that you are forcing yourself to do? So an example of this is, I used to have a podcast, stopped it about a year and a couple months ago, because it got to that point where it felt like a chore. It didn't even feel exciting anymore. When I first started the podcast, I was super excited. I was pumping out the, episodes. I was excited about sharing it. And it just got to the point where it felt like I had to force myself to record an episode every week. And then every time I would go to my podcast guy and kind of bring him obviously he's not a coach, but, I'd bring him my concerns and he's like, just do it, and so I kind of like forced myself to do the podcast. And it wasn't growing, and it wasn't growing because it wasn't an alignment anymore. It wasn't growing because I wasn't excited about it anymore. It wasn't growing because the energy that I once had for it, I didn't have anymore. So here's your permission slip to stop doing anything that you don't want to do. Stop doing anything that feels just mediocre, bland, boring, blah for you. right? Each person has their own thing. Someone might love Instagram and Facebook, and someone might hate it. I love emails. I love sending emails. I think it's like such a crucial part of a business, but I understand that a lot of people don't like it, right? And for them, that feels like a chore. Now, obviously, there's certain things that need to happen in your business in order for it to grow, in order for you to grow your audience and things like that. So in that case, delegate. In that case, have someone else do it for you. So that way it still gets done, but you don't have to do it. All right, next question is, what feels exciting? So let's get into the excitement. Let's get into, right? Forgetting about the current circumstances, no matter what's going on in your current business, no matter what you've been taught or learned or been conditioned by, what feels really exciting for you to do in your business right now? And maybe it's outside of your business. Maybe it's bigger than your business. So I would love for you guys to share in the comments here, what feels really exciting for you right now? Like if there was no limits, if there was no thinking about the current circumstances, if there was no thinking about the how, what would feel really exciting for you to do right now? Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's starting an agency. Maybe it's, doing something completely different, learning a completely different skill. Maybe it's getting a certification. Maybe it feels like completely burning your business down to the ground and starting in a different way. So I would love to hear from you guys. What feels exciting? Stripping away the how and everything else that's happening. Like if you knew that it would work and you knew that it would, prosper, what would you want to do in your business? Tatiana says, public speaking, sharing my message on a greater scale. Yes, I love that. And when we think about these things too, we want to also think about like, what's the resistance now? Why aren't we doing it right now? If this is what we ultimately want to do, why aren't we just doing it? Right. And this is where this all comes together, because we want certain things, we desire certain things, we have a vision for certain things, but something stops us from getting there. Usually it's an internal thing. Usually it's some sort of fear, some sort of resistance, some sort of misalignment that is actually stopping us from doing the thing that we know we can do. Like, let's just be real, right? If you have a vision and something that you're really excited about doing, it's because you're meant to do it. That's really the way that I feel about it. Because if you weren't meant to do it and it wasn't meant to be in your vision or your future, you wouldn't even have it. You wouldn't even think about it. Right. So a good example of this is, I think about like way back in the day, like maybe when I was like, I don't know, 21, 22, 25. Now I'm older and I know a lot of entrepreneurs and people are, 25 now and they're living an amazing life and making a tons of money. But my life back then wasn't like that. It was very normal. It was very, middle class. And there was things that I just weren't even in my awareness. Like I didn't know about Louis Vuitton. I didn't know about 5-star hotels. I didn't know about first class travel. I didn't know about Bali. I didn't know about all of these great, amazing things that you could do. And they just weren't even in my awareness. It's not that they didn't exist. All of these things always existed, but they didn't exist to me because that's not where I was. I didn't have that alignment to that thing. I didn't have that vision for that thing. So kind of look at it like that. Like if you are experiencing something in your life, if you are having a vision for something or starting to feel really excited about an idea, it's because it was given to you on purpose. And take that and know that. And yes, there may be some actions that are going to have to be taken or sacrifices that will have to be made in order for you to get it. But it's in your awareness because you can have it. And I want you guys to understand that. So the final kind of journaling question that I had for today is just like, what are you resisting? What is the thing that you're resisting most? Because 9 times out of 10, the thing that we're resisting the most is the thing that we need to do to advance our business, to skyrocket our sales, to get new clients. It may be the way that we're showing up. Maybe you want to show up differently. Maybe you want to speak about certain topics and talk about certain things, but you feel like, oh, I don't want people on the internet to not like me, or I don't want to be canceled, or I don't want so-and-so to see this post, right? These are the things that if you can break that, everything's going to soar. everything is going to completely change. I have clients that will Voxer me incredible, amazing things. And then I ask them, like, why aren't you just posting this? Why aren't you just saying this publicly or saying it out loud? And they feel comfortable and safe to say it with me, but they don't feel comfortable and safe to say it publicly. So they keep it hidden. And in my perspective, it's like, that's the thing. Like, I know that that's the thing, that if you had the guts and the courage to go out there and do that thing or say that thing or be that thing, it's going to completely transform you and your business. But this is why the inner work isn't easy, because we have to actually do the work. We have to actually uncover these things and figure out, like, why do we even feel this way, right? Where did this even come from? Who did this come from? And how do we remove that and get rid of it in order to really thrive and grow and evolve into the person that we want to be? So that was part one of today's lesson. Part two is really more about like your habits and how you're showing up. And I want to get a little bit logistical here in terms of numbers, because I work with so many incredible people and they are just not being seen. They are just not known. Right? And it's not that they're not good at what they do. It's not that they're not excellent. It's not that they don't have the skills. It's not that their clients don't get results. It's that literally not enough people know about them. And every week, I was going to say every day, it may not be every day, but at least every week, I get really frustrated. I get really frustrated when I see a client or a potential client or a friend or a peer that their stuff isn't selling out. They're not making sales. And I know for a fact that what they have is incredible. I know for a fact that what they have is life-changing. I know for a fact that what they have is going to get their clients results. And it's a badass offer and they're badass, but the sales are slow. And the only reason for that, aside from being misaligned with the offer, if that's the case, is that you're just not getting in front of enough people. And I know that this kind of goes a little bit outside of the scope of ReVibe, but I wanted to bring this piece in here because I really want you to understand, right? That up-leveled version of yourself, that version of yourself that's speaking publicly, that's impacting a lot of people, that is maybe getting in publications, that is serving, not 7 clients in a program, but 70 or 700, right? You're changing the lives of thousands of people, not just a handful of people. You are, your programs have 20, 30, 50, 100 people in them, not 5. Or your webinars, your challenges, instead of having, a handful of people in your challenges, you have thousands, right? How do you think that would change your business? That would absolutely change your business and your life and your bank account completely. And that up-leveled version of you that you were looking to and seeking is someone who does reach and impact more people. So I feel like it's super important to just tap on this, because you can do all of these things that we've talked about over the last 3 days. You can journal your heart out. You can start making those decisions. You can start putting your foot down. But the thing that's really going to start to call in people is your authentic self. The thing that's really going to start to call in these people and create a greater community is your alignment, your excitement, your energy around the things, and also logistically getting in front of more people, right? Whether that is doing partnerships, running advertising, doing something very active and proactive to make sure that you are building and growing your community. And too many entrepreneurs that I know that I interact with don't even have that system in place. Don't even have that. So went a little sideways, but I felt like I wanted to talk about that because I feel like it's super important to the growth of your business. Not just showing up and doing the thing. Yes, that's going to, be a launch pad, but we actually also have to do the logistical thing. We actually have to do the physical work of growing our audience. All right, are you guys with me? Let me know what you think so far. I actually went through the content pretty quickly, 12:25. So I'm good on time today. But I want to talk about your bonus that you guys are going to get. And Jennifer says, I think mine is the live video thing. I know it's powerful, but man, I just need to look at that as a logistical thing. So Jennifer, like there's going to be, so there's two parts of that too, right? Because I just said, like, what are the things that feel like should? And also, where is it resistance or is it misalignment? Remember, we talked about yesterday, the resistance is like, I don't like the way that I look. People are going to make fun of me. What if I screw up? What if so-and-so sees? Like, that's all ego stuff. That's all resistance. So if that's the kind of feeling you get when it comes to the live video, push past that, because that is going to be the thing. Now, if it's more like I've tried live video, I've done it, but it doesn't feel in alignment for me, that's different. Okay. That's a should, but it's a resistance. Yes. So there is definitely that fine line, right? And like I said, for the shoulds in your business, you can have somebody else do it. That you can't have somebody else do, right? The power of you and what you're doing and your teachings and your healings, like you have to definitely do that. But like everything else in your business, like say you don't like the tech stuff or you don't like emails and, you know, things like that, you can outsource that. You can't outsource you. You got to be 100% with you. And sometimes we got to push through that resistance to make sure, you know, then once you're actually doing it and you're just like, you know what, this really, it just isn't in alignment for me. Right. And you can make that decision. But before you even start, if you're already saying like, I really don't want to do it, then we know what that is. It just doesn't light you up. So, you know what? I know a lot of people. I follow a lot of people, and I'm on the email list of a lot of people who don't do live streams at all, who don't have their face on the camera, but their written game, so whatever they're writing, like their emails that they're writing, the Facebook posts that they're writing are just on point and so powerful that they don't have to, right? So it's like, if you're going to forego something, right? I mean, you have an online business, so there really is certain things that we can't get away from, but if you want to forego something as big and major as a live video, then you got to be really kick-ass at something else, right? So it's like, if you're going to stick with just the writing, then it's like, that shit's got to be powerful. That has to be so pungent and potent that people feel it through your words, right? And that's the thing. And maybe for you, it's, you know what, maybe I don't want to do live video, but I'll do a podcast. You know, so that way at least people can hear you and they can feel your energy through your voice. So that's another option. So there are options, but we also have to think about too, like what kind of business that we're in and what really is kind of required in order to hit that next level. Oh, good. You just launched a podcast. See, that's what I did in the beginning. You wouldn't catch me dead on camera. I would not be live here with the camera on Zoom, even in group calls. I would always have my camera off. I just was like deathly afraid of being on camera. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. And what I did was I started a podcast because I was like, okay, I can do that. I can do the podcast. And I started the podcast. And after, I would say maybe about 50 episodes, you know, I batched my episodes, so it didn't take me that long to do the 50. But by the time I got to 50, I was so confident and so clear in my communication. I was so clear on my mission. I had talked to, you know, dozens and dozens of people that it brought my confidence up, that I then started playing around with video from there. And my first videos, they were so terrible. They're really, really, really horrible. I encourage you guys to, you know, find someone that you maybe think is like, oh my gosh, they're so amazing at video, or they're so amazing at whatever this is, and go to their YouTube page and literally scroll through the hundreds of videos and scroll to their very first video. And I guarantee you it's cringe. I guarantee you. Their first few videos are cringe. And it's just like the same thing that I was saying yesterday. It's with everything. We have to build that muscle up. Jennifer says, I'm okay on camera. My disconnect is I don't watch video much. I wanted to be here with you. Otherwise, I don't waste time on live video stuff. Yes. And well, here's another thing you can do, Jennifer. You could do stories. You could do stories on Instagram. They're 15 seconds. Where you could just be on camera for 15 seconds, say something, and then get off, right? So totally get that, but do the exercises, right? Do the exercises, do the journaling prompts. And I want to share now what your special bonus is. Actually, you have two special bonuses. One is, I'm actually just going to show you. Oh, hold on. I got to pull it up first because this is something that I was not planning on doing, but I ended up doing this for you. And basically what I did was I created a interactive workbook for all of the lessons. So if you haven't gotten to it yet, or if you just want to keep this for yourself, these are all the lessons 1, 2, and 3. I also have the table of contents here where you can jump to lesson 2. And this is all fillable. So you can go in, type in your things if you prefer typing over your journaling, and everything that you need is right here. So you guys will get that. I will make sure that you get a copy of that. Super excited about that. I was like, ooh. So yeah, this is something that you can keep. So a lot of those things where I was like, just pick one thing, you can go back, do the exercises for another thing, do the exercises for another program, do the exercises for another area of your life that you want to fix. So I'll make sure that you guys, actually, I can probably just drop the link right now. Share, copy link. Let's see. Okay, so what it's going to do is when you click on the link, it will just prompt you to make a copy, and then you'll have your own. So there's that. I'll also send this out in email for those of you who are on the replay. And the next thing is your 777 bonus. So I'm excited about this. So I think it was 3 years ago now, because it was right at the beginning of 2020 or right at the end of 2019, I hosted a course called Reclamation. And this was my first, I won't even want to call it a course. It was an intensive. It was an intensive experience that I hosted, and it was the most life-changing thing that I've done. And it doesn't even have to do with business, which is interesting, right? It is a full personal development course on how to really return back to who you were before all of the bullshit, before all of the conditioning, before all of the shoulds, before all of the pressure and the responsibilities of having a business, and really tapping back into like who the fuck you are. And then being able to take that and bring that online. And it's just so powerful, the exercises that I do in that thing, that I'm actually giving you guys access to that pre-recorded or the recorded training of that for absolutely free. So that is your 777 bonus / gift. So it is, I believe, it's 12 lessons. I think somewhere along the lines, I said it was 10 lessons, but it's actually 12 lessons, and you can go through them. You can watch the replays. You can see everything that I'm going through in there. So you're going to get that absolutely free. I'm going to make sure that you guys get the link to that and get access to that course. Now, I know how difficult it is to commit to something when it's not live, commit to something when you don't have the support around it. So what I've decided to do is offer Reclamation live again. So the course itself, the old version, the recorded version from 2020, you all have access to for free. But those of you who want to dive deeper and spend 16 days with me like this live and go through the entire course with me, I'm going to re-record. It's going to be new lessons. Well, same lessons, but upgraded from 3 years ago, new transmissions, new revelations, new coaching inside of that program. So again, you'll get it for free as a bonus to go through it on your own. But if you want to join me live and do it with me live and completely change your life literally in less than 3 weeks, then I'm going to drop the link here for you guys to join me live. Obviously, there will be a cost to join me live. But what I did was I kind of made I'm calling it pick your own pricing. So depending on where you are, depending on what you align to, the price will either be $222, $333, or $444. And I'll drop the link in here for you guys to see that as well. But this is powerful work. And I really want people to have access to this, which is why I am giving it for free. So you will have access to the trainings absolutely for free. But those of you that are ready to really do something different and want to join me live and get my live support and get my live feedback and get new transmissions and get that energy of the group, you can join me for a small amount live, and we're going to start on Monday. So there's no time wasting here. I don't do the time wasting thing. We are ready. We're in motion. We have momentum, right? With this, if you've shown up, if you've done these exercises with me, whether you've done them live with me here, or you're watching the replay, or you've done it on your own, this has the power to really transform your life. The first time that I ran this, the results were mind-blowing. Like, I even blew my own mind. And that's what I aim to do when I work with people in specific containers, is really to blow your mind. Why are you calling me? Okay, sorry about that. So I just posted the link there, and you'll see, let's see, let's go through it. So this is a live page. Like I said, you guys will get access to the old recording either way, and all of the lessons in there. But if you want to join me live, this is what we're going to do. And there is a video on here as well. If you want to watch, it's only about 25 minutes where I share why I created the course and what's inside. But some of the things that we're going to be talking about is unbecoming the filtered version of yourself. So being completely stripped down to who you actually are and showing that online, demolishing your old stories, shedding any layers that are keeping you stuck, claiming your expertise and your power online, raising the bar, setting stricter boundaries with people, living and leaving your legacy, instant manifestation, which is one of my favorites, demanding excellence in your life, releasing any money blocks, or I call it money muck, so that you can get unstuck, quantum leaping your impact and your income, and really reigning as queen. So you'll see the crown in most of my my promotions for this, because it really is about stepping into that next level. So I'm really, really excited. It's going to be a combination of live things like this, activities, some audio training, some pre-recorded things that I'm doing for you guys. And then you'll just be with me in a very intimate container where we're doing this work together. We're doing it together. And I wanted to just show you here the pricing. So let's see. The links are right here. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. There we go. For some reason, I was only sharing with myself. So I wanted to just show you guys really quickly the pricing here. So the way that I did this, and this is something different for me, I've never done this before, but I felt called to do it this way, especially because of the type of course that it is. And like I said, I don't even like to call it a course, but experience is your price is going to either be 222, 333, or 444, depending on, choose the price that's in alignment. Of course, we're going to be like, I just want to do the cheapest one, right? So I'll just do the 222, and that's fine. But I really want you guys to choose a price that aligns with who you are or who you are becoming. So I kind of have it split into these three things. And number 222 is you're kind of coming in as somewhat like a newbie, but you know that you've got something incredible. You know that you have something amazing and you're ready to unleash it to the world. At the 333 price, you're coming in as like an intermediate, which I feel like maybe the majority of you guys are in this space. You're in the growth phase of your business. You've been doing the thing maybe for months, maybe for years, but you're nowhere near where you know you want to be. And then the 444 price is to the outside world, you're killing it, but deep down, you know, something is missing and you want to change. So I thought that this was pretty incredible, if I say so myself, to give the option of this pricing. And then you'll see down in here, choose your pricing. And then, like I said, if it's not for you right now to do this live with me, that's okay, because you're going to get access to the pre-recorded course from 2020 either way. So either way, I want these trainings and this information and these beliefs for you to have them. I want you to go through them. I want you to have them because I know that they are life-changing. I know that they are powerful and have the power really to change the trajectory of your entire life, your business, your bank account, and everything. Now, I also realize that this is for the ready people. It's for the people who are ready, and not everybody's going to be ready. And that's okay. So that's really it. I'm going to repost the link also to the workbook because apparently that didn't go out to everyone. So here's the workbook. All of this is also going to be in your follow-up email. So when I send you the replay email, the link to the workbook and the link to reclamation for you to actually check out the sales page will be on there as well. And like I said, this is for the ready people. We're going to start on Monday. We're going to hit the ground running. There is no need to lose any momentum along the way. And for the first 10 people that join, you're going to get a private Voxer with me. Voxer or similar, it might be Telegram, but a private chat with me. So that's an extra bonus for the first people who take action and say yes. So any questions, guys, any revelations, any breakthroughs that you want to share with me, anything that's maybe coming up as like, here's where I'm at, right? Because like I said, if we're actually doing this work, if we're actually going deep, if we're actually aligning and we're being really real and really honest with ourselves, and we're ready for that change, we can make it happen. And you have the path to make it happen. But it's just a matter of, are you going to? And do you need the support to make that happen? Erin says, that sounds amazing. Why, thank you. Tatiana says, fantastic. Thank you, Jenna. Your vibe is magnetic. And that's what I want for you guys as well. I want you guys to show up so fully and so who you truly are that it's undeniable, that it's literally like your people know. Right. And there isn't a lot of pushing and pulling and chasing and all of that stuff, but people are just so drawn to your magnetism, so drawn to your authenticity, so drawn to who you really are, even with the quirks and all, right? Even if we're a little silly or a little humorous or a little whatever, or maybe we're too much in other people's eyes, right? Like you're too much. We don't do that here. We are fully stepping into who we are. And if you have questions about reclamation and you want to jam with me to see if it might be a good fit, you can do that as well. My DM is open. But other than that, you guys today will get access to the pre-recorded course for free. If you want to upgrade, use that link to upgrade. You will get access to the interactive workbook that you'll be able to keep as your own. And you'll get the replay, obviously. So that's what to look forward to. I'm so glad that you guys spent this time with me. I really commend the people who joined me live, because there hasn't been a lot of people that joined me live, but there was a lot of people that signed up. And so again, those types of things just show me where people are at, right? So people signed up for this thing. A lot of people signed up for this thing because obviously something resonated with them in the marketing. And they wanted either to join me in the experience, or maybe they just wanted the free 777 gift. But how many actually showed up, right? Just a small percentage. And that's the way it always is. And it's just interesting to me. It's always interesting to me. Obviously, not 100% of people are going to show up, but at the same time, it's follow through, right? And that's what the theme was for today's lesson. It was focus and follow through. Because if you say you want something, and you desire something and you visualize something and you hope and you wish and you pray for something, but you don't actually take the action, or you don't actually show up for that thing, then obviously it's not going to happen. So if you guys want to make it happen, join me live. We're going to start Monday. And I hope to see some of you guys there. I hope to see a lot of you guys there. And again, if you have any questions, you feel free to DM me. Everything is going to be sent out in an email in a couple of days, couple of hours. So you'll get the replay email, and then you'll also get the bonus email with how to access the course. So that's it, guys. You guys are so welcome. And I will see you soon. Bye.